What's up, everybody? Our next module is network address translation net. In this video we are going to describe the network address translation. We are going to examine the how dynamic net works, how static net works, and how port address translation works. Now, what is net? Net is a network address translation. It is a technique that helps minimize public address uses. As per the IANA rules, 3 private IP address ranges that cannot be routed on the internet, and they are used for only internal purposes. So we can also say that the net is an agent between internet and local network. It also provides security. It's hiding our internal network behind one or more public IP address. Net is only not available on routers. It is also available on firewalls and load balancer. Now we are going to discuss about the types of net technology. First one is a dynamic net, second one is static net, and third one is a port address translation PAT, also known as a dynamic net. So first we are discussing dynamic net. Dynamic net can be defined as a mapping of private IP address to a public IP address from a group of public IP address called as a net pool. So here is a multiple private IP address and multiple public IP address. So it's a randomly select mapping between the public IP address and private IP address. It's also called as a dynamic net. Now we are going to discuss about the static net. Static net means one-to-one mapping of private IP address to public IP address. Static net is useful when network device are inside a private network and needs to accessible from the internet. It's called we are used in port forwarding. Now our last one technology is PAT, port address translation. Port address translation is another type of dynamic net which can map multiple private IP address to a single public IP address by using a technology known as a port address translation. Before we understand how nets work, we have to understand the IP packet header and TCP header, because it's the main component for the net technology. Net is clearly manipulating the packet header. It is clearly manipulating the source and destination address. Net is designed to manipulate either one source or destination or both. Now regarding the TCP segment header, it's when we are talking about the port address translation, we need to bring in the TCP segment here and see that we are actually manipulating the source and destination port numbers as well in this technology. Now relevant for net. What's relevant for net here is the source IP address, destination IP address of the packet, and the source and destination port of the segment. When we put this together, we call them sockets. So we have a source address, source port number, and destination IP address and destination port number. So the socket is what we are going to be recording and manipulating and working with when we are doing a net. So it's a useful component for the net. So source address, destination, source port, destination port. In order to understand how nets will work, we need to understand how IP network address translation terminology. Here is the local network, here is the public network, and how we can identify our manipulating packet and ports using some vocabulary like inside local, outside local, inside global, outside global. So we need to understand the difference between local and global areas of our network. The idea here with net is that we need to identify a local area of packet to exit and a global area for the packet to exit. And what we will do is we will record the information of the packet when it's in local network. We will manipulate the packet header and then send it to the global network to get sent out. and then we will reserve the process when it's come back. So local and global are identifying which side of net device that we are talking about. This will be prove useful for us, because in order to apply net when we are doing a dynamic net, we need really a good understanding of local versus global. So this is the I have captured one image from the Google, so you can see that and identify that. In this video we will going to discuss how net will be take action when its traffic move from local network to global network, and we have also discussed regarding the local network versus global network, and we have also discussed regarding the how it will be net will be manipulating the IP header and TCP header to take action for a net technology. So here is the one example. We have one system in local area network. We have mentioned that source IP 10.0.0.10, and it's using a random port trying to communicate with the global server on port 802.0.113.110 IP address. So now it will create for example, we have show that it's create a net table. For example, inside local, outside local, inside global, and outside global. For inside local, it's our local system IP address and port. Outside local means which we are trying to access, IP address and ports. Inside global means our WAN interface of firewall, or our public IP of ISP, which we have terminated on the firewall. So it's we have mentioned that IP and ports. And outside global, same as the IP address and port. This is the created table during the local to global traffic. Now we are going to discuss regarding the what happened when it's come from the global to local. Here is we have seen that it's manipulating the source IP address to take action. So when traffic is passing from local to global, it's manipulating the source IP address. You can see that. Now we are going to discuss what happen if traffic will be written from global to local. Here is the example. With the same example we are going to discuss here. Here is the inside local, outside local, inside global, and outside global. Okay. For inside local, same IP address, outside local, same IP address and port, inside global, same IP address and port, and outside global, same IP address and port, which we have during the created net table. Now we can see that here is the we can manipulating the destination IP address. You can see that here is the source IP address is from global IP which we are trying to access. So source IP and destination IP means source IP it's trying to communicate with the WAN interface which we have terminated on firewall. So in this scenario you can see that the return traffic will be manipulating the destination IP. So we can identify that during the local to global it's manipulating the source IP, and it during the return traffic it's manipulating the destination IP. So here is the one example for better understanding. We have already discussed regarding the static net, but here is the one example. Static net means it's a one-to-one mapping between two addresses. It's a mapping one IP address private IP address to public IP address, and public IP address to private IP address. And here is the one example how it's work. You can see that outgoing connection, incoming connection. When it's going to the outgoing connection, it translates the source IP and source port. But when it's incoming connection, it translates the destination IP address and destination port. So it's very useful to understand how it's work. In this section, we are going to discuss related port address translation, dynamic pet, and dynamic net with overloaded. So we discussed in previous section. Port address translation is the another type of dynamic net which can map a multiple private IP address to single public IP address by using a technology known as a port address translation. Here we can see the example, and what happened when client from inside network communicate to host in the internet. The firewall changes the source port. It doesn't matter it's a TCP or UDP. So it's change the source port with another port. This port mapping are kept in table. When the firewall receives from the internet, it will be refer the SAM table, which kept the port mapping and forward the packet to the original sender. We can discuss with this example. In our local area network, we have a two system which is trying to access a global server at the same time, and we have only one IP address, public IP address. So what happened and how it's create a net table. So in net table, inside local, outside local, inside global, outside global. Inside local means our IP address systems and its ports. Outside global means its IP address and its port. Inside global means our WAN IP and WAN IP of our firewall or interface IP of our firewall. So in inside global we have one IP address, so we have mentioned that IP address, but we are changing the source port because we have only one IP address. So in a port address translation means it's changing the source port. Okay, so you can understand now. This is our WAN IP address, and this is the port. This is also our WAN IP address, and it's a change with another port because it's a create a session at the same time, and it's outside global IP address and ports. Let's talk about when traffic will be returned from global network to local network. What happened? It's used the same net table which was created during the traffic flow from local to global. In this scenario, we can see that it source IP address and source port, destination IP address and destination port. And what happened at local side, it's also use the same source IP and source port, and destination IP and destination port. So in this scenario, we can see that we have changed the only source port. Means clients, when the clients are trying to communicate with the global server using the same IP address at the same time, so it's use the same inside the global IP, but it's changed the only source port. In this video, we are going to describe the net terms. All the types of net means source net, source and destination net. We are going to describe here with the example. Here is the example of source net. Source net is used to translate the source address of outbound packet that leaves a firewall's interface. It doesn't matter if it is the internal or external traffic. One common use of SourceNet is the translation of private IP address into a smaller number or just a one public IP address. This is something the most network use both in enterprise environment as well as the home environment. Let's discuss related destination net, DNet. This is the translation of destination address of inbound packet that enter a firewall's interface and the translate the destination address before sending it out on the aggression interface. The firewall known where to send the packet based on the translate address. that has been configured. In the destination net rule, you define the original destination IP address and possibly destination port as well as the translation address that packet will be routed. The destination net can be on that the destination net can only be used in inbound traffic. That's the entire firewall's interface. Here is an example of two destination operating as per the port base we are going to discuss. The most common use of destination net is when you have a scenario on your internal network that you want to allow access from the internet. As per the diagram, client can access both web server and FTP server by using the IP address 10.10.10.200, and the address will be translated to the internal address depending on which TCP port that user uses in the request. Now we are going to discuss regarding the what happened with the return traffic during a destination net and source net, because we have only described the traffic flow in a one direction, but it's happened when a host reply back. When traffic is first passed through the firewall, it will create a session. This session will be created to stay open as long as the communicating application are actively exchange the packet. The firewall will monitor traffic traveling back and forth. This is called the stateful packet inspection. So a session record contains information such as the source and destination IP address and ports and current sequence number of the last packet. A stateful firewall store all the active and permitted session in session table. This sessions table is stored in RAM, and each record also contains the timeout value. If no communication occur within the timeout period, this session will be closed and removed from the table. But if the firewall also receives the FIN or reset packet, the connection will be closed. Stateful packet inspection also enables the firewall to check each incoming packet and confirm that it actually belongs to a valid session, and this increases the security since the traffic is passing through is expected traffic. To use a destination net, an example, we have a client on the internet that is trying to access a server on the internal network. When the SYN request has been received by the firewall, it will first create a session so it can track the state of the session along with the IP address, port number and sequence number. After that, it will be translate the destination address to internal IP address of the server. When the server reply back to the client with a CNAME, the packet will pass through the firewall and it will recognize that the traffic belongs to a valid session. If FIN packet has been received, it would be a drop, as it wouldn't a valid packet or three-way handshake has not yet completed. So with the server reply, the firewall translates the server's internal IP address to relevant external IP address and forward it to the client. The client will have a no knowledge of server internal IP address. The whole scenario we have described in this session.